investigation is underway. The Drug Enforcement Commission (DEC) has arrested a suspected notorious drug trafficker, Bartholomew Mapulanga, aged 25, in Lusaka's begin with, let's take a look at stories that are making headlines. 1 dead, 29 injured in Choma road accident. Police officer kills wife, stepbrother, then self in Solwezi. DEC arrests notorious drug trafficker in Lusaka's Kalingalinga. And in international news, Trump threatens sanctions over Russia's attack on Ukraine. In sports news, Zambia's Shamambo breaks national swimming record in Singapore. To present the main news, my name is Emmanuel Zimba, and now we take a look at the news in details. 1 person has died while 29 others sustained injuries, 10 of them serious, after a Mitsubishi Canter truck overturned along Popota Road in Choma, Southern Province. The accident occurred around 11 hours on Friday, when the driver, Knight Leo, aged 25, lost control of the vehicle due to excessive speed. The truck, which was carrying passengers, veered off the road and overturned. Southern Province Police Deputy Commanding Officer Mono Namalongo confirmed that the incident and said the deceased, identified as Maxon Munseka, sustained fatal injuries and was pronounced dead at Choma General Hospital. The 10 passengers who sustained serious injuries have been identified as Besta Muyuni, 33, Muswami, 50, Berita Muyuni, 36, Maureen Kanyanga, 43, Santes Kachemba, 23, Boinesi Mwetwa, 51, Emmanuel Siwala, 51, Modesta Kafuimbila, 46, Catherine Simalonga, 50, and Judith Samu, 48. Police say the injured were taken to Choma General Hospital for treatment, while investigations into the cause of the accident is ongoing. The Zambia Police Service has confirmed that a tragic murder-suicide in Solwezi involving a police officer who fatally shot his wife and her stepbrother before taking his own life. The incident occurred on August 1st around 5:30 hours. The officer, Fankuta Muyembi, used the police-issued AK-47 rifle to carry out the killings at the home in a low-dense area. Preliminary investigations suggest that the incident was linked to a marital dispute. All the 3 bodies have been taken to Solwezi General Hospital for post-mortem. A full investigation is underway.
The Zambia Police Service would like to confirm a tragic incident of murder and suicide that occurred today, the 1st of August 2025, around 05:30 hours in the low density area of Solwezi District, and was reported to Solwezi Central Police Station at 09:21 hours by female Kalumbu Agnes, age 45, of the same residence. According to the report, female Wamba Samlozela, age 41, and her stepbrother Wana Samlozela, age 42, were fatally shot by Funkuta Muyembi, age 46, a police officer stationed at Solwezi Central Police Station, who was also the husband of the deceased Wamba Samlozela. The incident stemmed from an ongoing marital dispute. Police officers promptly responded to the scene and discovered all 3 deceased persons in the same room. The bodies of the 2 victims were found lying on the floor, while the body of the shooter was partially on the bed. Detailed observations of at the scene revealed the following. Female Wamba Samlozela sustained a gunshot wound on the left side of the ribs with an exit wound on her back. Male Wana Samlozela was shot on the left side of the ribs, however no exit wound was observed. Funkta Muyembi, the officer, sustained a gunshot wound to the right side of the neck with an exit wound on the back of the head. An AK-47 rifle, serial number 1674, was found clamped on his chest with the safety catch open, 1 round in the chamber and 2 rounds remaining in the magazine. The firearm was a police-issued weapon drawn by the officer earlier this morning at 050 hours, as recorded in the occurrence book at the inquiry's office. Officer Muyembi had indicated that he was following up a report at Matanda. Preliminary investigations suggest that the officer gained entry into the house using a spare key and proceeded to shoot his wife and her stepbrother before taking his own life. It has also been established that the couple had separated on the 30th of July 2025 following a series of marital disputes. The late Wana Samlozela has been identified as a medical doctor stationed at Solwezi Provincial Health Office, recently transferred from Lusaka. He has been residing with the couple at the time of the incident. Police have since instituted a full-scale investigation into the matter. All 3 bodies have been transported to Solwezi General Hospital mortuary, where they await postmortem examinations and subsequent burial. This unfortunate incident highlights the importance of addressing domestic disputes through peaceful and lawful means. The Zambia Police Service deeply regrets the loss of life and extends heartfelt condolences to the bereaved families. Thank you.
The Drug Enforcement Commission, DEC, has arrested a suspected notorious drug trafficker, Bartholomew Mapulanga, aged 25, in Lusaka's Kalingalinga community. Mapulanga was found in possession of 46 cigarette sticks laced with cannabis and 9 vape pens containing suspected cannabis extract. His arrest follows intelligence reports that some individuals are exploiting nightlife hotspots, such as clubs and bars, to distribute illicit substances disguised as shisha or vape products. DEC Public Relations Officer Alan Tamba confirmed the arrest, stating that Mapulanga is currently in custody awaiting court proceedings. Mr. Tamba also warned club owners and bar owners to ensure that premises are not being used for abuse or distribution of narcotic drugs and psychotic substances. He says the commission will continue its operations and arrest all those involved in drug trafficking and abuse. We go for our first break. Join us on the other side as we continue with our local stories. Stay tuned. Hello, the Information and Communications University, ICU. What comes to your mind when you hear of this name? Is it the beautifully architectured infrastructure at our campus? Or is it the amazing students that are always performing well in their fields? My name is Zimba Emmanuel, and I present to you Alumni Chronicles, a program that gets to look at all students that have passed through the corridors of ICU and are making an impact in society today. Join me every week as I sit down with former students and get to listen to them, what they have to say about life after they've been through the university. Remember, it's Icu TV every week.
Welcome to the Zambia Research and Development Center, an institution dedicated to national development through capacity building and community development. Established in 2007 by a group of professionals and lecturers, ZRDC has since become a hub of research and innovation in the country. Registered with the Ministry of Home Affairs under the Registrar of Societies, ZRDC pursues cutting-edge research to address pressing social and economic challenges. Get involved. ZRDC engages in activities that stimulate international collaboration, promote knowledge sharing, and make research expertise available to decision makers. Our mission at ZRDC is to foster innovation and capacity building for national development. We believe in addressing poverty and underdevelopment through institutional and capacity building, human empowerment, and gender participation. In our quest to foster innovation and capacity building for national development, ZRDC launched the ZRDC University Sponsorship for Capacity Building and Development Program to facilitate knowledge advancement among ZRDC researchers and those intending to join the research community. Qualified Zambian citizens can pursue education at credible universities in Zambia with guaranteed prospects of joining the ZRDC research community. ZRDC engages in industrial and technological research, covering research development and innovative investigations to drive dynamic industrial development at national and regional levels. Join us at the Zambia Research and Development Center as we continue to innovate, empower, and shape a brighter future for Zambia. ZRDC, fostering innovation and capacity building for national development.
Thank you very much for staying with us, and now we continue with our local stories. 8 clubs and cooperatives in Mungwi district have received financial support totaling more than 2.4 million kwacha through the 2025 Constituency Development Fund CDF. The grant were officially handed over by Northern Province Deputy Permanent Secretary Beauty Undipiri, who highlighted the initiative as a key drive for both social and economic advancement in the area. Ms. Undipiri notes that the total sum of 2,491,290.42 had been allocated across all 15 wards in Malole constituency, and she expressed optimism that the funding would lead to improved livelihoods and businesses growth. Meanwhile, Mungwi Council Chairperson Grace Choma states that the CDF loan and grant programs are already contributing positively to the standard of living for residents involved in various small-scale enterprises. The Kasama Magistrate Court has issued a stern warning against interfering with the duties of law enforcement officers, following the conviction of 4 men for obstructing Drug Enforcement Commission DEC personnel. Resident Magistrate Chapson Silwemba, while delivering judgment, stated that the judiciary will not hesitate to hand down tough custodial sentences in such cases to deter others from engaging in similar acts. The 4 individuals, Alik Mwanza, aged 23, John Chewe, aged 21, a student nurse, Crispin Shula, aged 23, and Monta Mwamba, aged 23, all hailing from villages within Chief Mwamba's chiefdom, admitted to the charges of obstruction. The court held that on July 19, 2025, in Kasama, the group prevented DEC officers from carrying out their official responsibilities. Magistrate Sirimba expressed concern over the growing disregard for law enforcement among young people, stressing the need for public to cooperate with the authorities. Information and Media Permanent Secretary Tabo Kawana has praised Topstar Zambia for innovating solar products showcased at the 97th Agriculture and Commercial Show in Lusaka. Mr. Kawana said the products are helping bridge the information gap in off-grid communities and play a key role in keeping citizens informed during power outages. He also highlighted their relevance in the face of Zambia's ongoing energy challenges. The PS affirmed government's commitment to promoting climate-smart and renewable energy solutions, noting that next year we'll see intensified community sensitization campaigns on climate change adaptation. This year's show, themed Adapting to Climate Change, has attracted over 1,300 exhibitors, including 183 from more than 20 countries.
Of what is the ministry's interpretation of this year's theme that is centered around climate change?
Well, the ministry sees the theme as very appropriate, especially for this year. I think we have all seen the effects of climate change, that when it's getting hot, it's very hot. When it's getting cold, as it is now, it's getting extremely cold. And sometimes you have got flash floods, and sometimes you have got completely droughts. We want a situation where we keep the country informed, where we keep the country sensitized, so that our people know not only about climate change, but know how to deal with the effects of climate change. Right now, the weather is chilly, it's very cold. What is the resultant that people will run to is to cut trees to make charcoal. But as you cut trees, you are making the situation worse. So people must then adapt to live within what we are going through in as far as climate change is concerned. I think you heard the Minister of Local Government state that the CDF loans in 2026 will be suspended, so that seed money, we should be able to use it to sensitize the communities on how to live with the effects of climate change. Because you can imagine just one season of drought and our food security is threatened. It is important that our people know how to be resilient, how to live, and how to ameliorate the effects of climate change. So for us, the theme this year is very appropriate and it's timely, and as a ministry, we are equal to the task to ensure that we keep the country informed, conscientized, and sensitized.
What is your impression, having visited the institutions that are exhibiting under your ministry, and also how do you intend to use the media in trying to send the message of climate change across the country?
Well, we have seen that a number of institutions, those that are exhibiting under our ministry, are also showing that they have got products that are in line with climatic change. For example, Topstar is dealing with solar products now to ensure that whether people have hydroelectricity or not, they're still able to access that information because they have got solar arrangements. And as a ministry, it is our role to ensure that we keep the information rolling, and in keeping the information rolling, we must ensure that the channel through which we use to disseminate that information is kept alive and rolling. How do we do that? We have to make sure that we are off the grid. We are on and off the grid. We are on solar. We are on many other sources of energy, so that the information is kept going and the people are kept informed.
Any improvement from what the ministry showcased last year to this year?
Yeah, of course, what the ministry was showcasing last year was in line with the last year's theme, and what we are showcasing this year is in line with this year's theme. And therefore, every year, the show gives us an opportunity to showcase what the ministry is doing in line with the theme. And I think you have seen that in this year, even our exhibition is in line with the theme, which is adapting to climate change.
Tourism Minister Rodney Sikumba has launched the ROA, a Victoria Falls Life project, calling it a game changer for Zambia's tourism sector and a catalyst for community empowerment through skills development. Minister Sikumba said the initiative will not only attract more tourists to Zambia, but also contribute meaningfully to national economic growth. He condemned the ROA team for its inclusive approach and urged other developers to follow suit. Zambia Tourism Agency CEO Matonga Matamwandi echoed the minister's remarks, noting that the project will elevate Zambia's international tourism profile and help position the country as a top destination in Southern Africa. Immersive International Managing Director Tommy Lexen and Augusta Productions Giovanni Augusta thanked the Zambian government and local communities for their support, saying the project's success is rooted in strong collaborations. We go for our second break. Join us on the other side as we bring to you international and sports news. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Zambia, a land of breathtaking natural wonders and diverse cultures. Home to the Victoria Falls, one of the 7 wonders of the world. Zambia boasts a rich cultural heritage, captivating wildlife and a promising future. Zambia is a nation rich in both history and modernity. In the heart of Zambia lies Lusaka, the capital and largest city located in the southern part of the Central Plateau. Lusaka is one of the fastest developing cities in Southern Africa. With a population of about 3.3 million, Lusaka is a center of both commercial and government in Zambia and connects to the country's 4 main highways, heading north, south, east, and west. Lusaka has several cultural facilities such as museums and galleries, which include Lusaka National Museum and Henry Tayali Gallery. The city also has several parks such as Mundawanga Environmental Park, Lusaka National Park, and Chaminuka Nature Reserve that offer visitors a chance to see wildlife up close. Within this dynamic city lies the Information and Communications University, ICU, a place where educational traditions merge with future-focused learning, a place where innovation and research thrive. With a commitment to providing industrial-oriented academic qualifications, ICU stands as a beacon of higher learning education in Zambia, serving over 5,000 students on both distance and full-time learning modes. But what sets ICU apart? It's our core values. At ICU, we cherish freedom of thought and expression, foster innovativeness and creativity, uphold good governance integrity, promote teamwork, professionalism, and responsible citizenship. We believe in strengthening national cohesion and inclusiveness. Our programs are designed to nurture problem-solving skills, a vital asset for job creation in Zambia. We emphasize critical thinking, creative reasoning, and informed decision-making. Our vision is clear: to be a leading provider of quality education across Africa. Our motto: delivering an ICT-enabled education with excellence. Whether you're passionate about technology, engineering, agriculture, or business, ICU offers a diverse range of programs tailored to your ambitions. Our School of Engineering offers unique programs such as Bachelor of Science in Agriculture with Education, Bachelor of Information and Communications Technology with Education, and more. In our School of Humanities and Business, you can explore degrees in Development Studies, Human Resource Management, Journalism, and various other fields. Education is about making a real impact. ICU proudly partners with the Zambia Research and Development Center, ZRDC, to offer scholarships and contribute to Zambia's social and economic growth. Our global reach extends far and wide. Collaborations with institutions like Volgograd State Socio-Pedagogical University in Russia and the Academy of Maritime Education and Training in Chennai, India, offer unique opportunities for our students. In a groundbreaking initiative, ICU has joined hands with the Zambia Correctional Service to provide tertiary education to inmates, fostering rehabilitation and brighter futures. At ICU, education goes beyond textbooks. Our vibrant campus hosts numerous associations, sports, and organizations that enrich the students' experience. Our commitment to excellence shines through the remarkable achievement of our alumni who have made significant contributions to society. So, why choose ICU? Because here, you will find more than education. You will discover a community that nurtures your dreams and empowers you to shape the future. Information and Communications University, driving the thrill for the nation in research and innovation.
Thank you very much for staying with us, and now we finish our news with international and sports news. United States President Donald Trump has condemned Russia's latest military acts in Ukraine as disgusting and warned of new sanctions if Moscow does not halt its offensive. The remarks came after Russian attacks on Kyiv killed over 24 people on Thursday. Speaking to reporters, Trump said Washington has given Russia a deadline until the end of next week to cease hostilities or face further economic pressure. The US president also revealed that his special envoy, Steve Witkoff, currently in the Middle East, will be dispatched to Moscow. Witkoff has previously met Russian President Vladimir Putin in the past diplomatic efforts. Trump has expressed doubt about the effectiveness of sanctions, but said they remain on the table if Putin fails to respond to the warnings. Still in international news, South African product exported to the United States will face a steep 30% tariff starting 7th August, US President Donald Trump has announced. The move signals out South Africa as the only sub-Saharan African country subjected to full tariff rates. The decision is a major economic setback for South Africa, whose second largest trading partner is the US. The tariff is expected to impact key export sectors, including automotive parts, agriculture, and manufacturing. Other Southern African countries such as Lesotho and Zimbabwe have also been affected, but with lower tariffs of 15%, also effective in 7 days. The announcement comes amid growing tensions over trade preferences under the African Growth and Opportunity Act (AGOA) and could have broader implications for regional economies. Jumping to our sports news, Zambian swimmer Damian Shamambo has broken the national 50-meter freestyle record after clocking 23.42 seconds at the World Aquatic Championship held in Singapore. The time is not only a new national record, but also Shamambo's personal best, improving his previous record of 23.80 seconds set at the same competition. Shamambo was one of the 2 athletes representing Zambia at the international event and remains the country's fastest swimmer to date. Zambia Amateur Swimming Union, ZASU President Guy Piri, has praised Shamambo for his consistency and discipline, noting that while talent plays a role, it is the swimmer's dedication and focus that continues to yield results. Item brings us to the end of today's news, but before we go, let's take a quick recap at stories that made headlines. 1 dead, 29 injured in Choma road accident. Police officer kills wife, stepbrother, then self in Solwezi. DEC arrests notorious drug trafficker in Lusaka's Kalingalinga. And in international news, Trump threatens sanctions over Russia's attack on Ukraine. In sports news, Zambia's Shamambo breaks national swimming record in Singapore. We would like to thank you for choosing to watch Icu TV. Remember, you can find these stories and many more on all of our social media platforms, or you can visit our website, that's icutvzm.com. I have been Emmanuel Zimba, and I say good night and stay blessed.